Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This week we are debugging the 2026 GitHub Certification Roadmap. If you are confused about where to start, you are not alone. Today I am breaking down the syllabus for all 5 exams and giving you my final verdict on which one is actually worth your money. If you have not seen my individual strategy videos for these yet, make sure to check those out after this. But for now, let's go deep into the 2026 roadmap. First up is GitHub Foundations. Think of this as your entry ticket to the ecosystem. The syllabus is very broad. You will be assessed on Git and GitHub basics, understanding the difference between the two, and mastering your commit and branches. Second is repositories and collaboration. This is the core. How to actually work with teams, pull requests, and code reviews. Next up is modern practices, project management, security, and community. My verdict here is if you're a student, a non-coder, a junior dev, this is must have. It builds a solid foundation for everything else. But if you are already a pro using GitHub daily, you might find this too basic. My advice, spend a weekend on it, get the badge, and move quickly to the actions or security certifications to really boost your resume. Next up, we have GitHub Action Certification. If Foundation is the entry ticket, this one is the engine room. It is where you prove you can actually automate a real-world pipeline. This exam is deeply technical and focused on 5 main areas. First, authoring and managing workflow. This is your YML bread and butter. You need to know your triggers like push, pull request, and even those manual workflow dispatch events. Next up is consuming and troubleshooting. It's the one thing to write a workflow, it's another to fix it when it breaks. You will be tested on reading logs and using artifacts to debug failed runs. Next is authoring custom actions. This is a big one. You need to understand the difference between JavaScript, Docker, and Composer actions. If you want to build your own tools for the marketplace, this is the domain you need to master. Now, enterprise management. This is for the big leagues. Managing self-hosted runners and setting organization-wide policies so your automation scales safely. Security and optimization. In this you learn how to hide your secrets and make your pipelines run faster and cheaper. Now my verdict. If you want to be a DevOps engineer or work with cloud architecture, this is the most important certification on this list. It's a challenging exam, but the return on investment is massive for your career. If you have used GitHub for more than 6 months, you can skip foundations and start here. Now we are moving into the big leagues. GitHub Advanced Security or GHS. It's a different beast compared to others. It's not just about knowing the tools. It's about knowing how to secure an entire enterprise. The syllabus is broken down into 7 very specific domains. The Essential, which contains domain 1 and 7. In this you need to understand how GHS actually works within a large company and how to set it up across thousands of repositories. The big 3, which is domain 2, 3, and 4. This is the heart of the exam. You have to master secret scanning, dependency management, and code scanning. Heavy lifter, domain 5. This is the 20% of your score, code QL. You need to understand how GitHub's semantic analysis engine actually thinks to find deep vulnerabilities in the code. Now the last, governance, which is domain 6. Another 20% is focused on best practices. It's one thing to find a bug, it's another to build a process that ensures it actually gets fixed. Now, my verdict. This is a high authority certification. If you are a security engineer or a senior DevOps architect, this is a gold standard. It's a tough exam with a lot of scenario based questions, but it's the one that really makes your resume stand out in 2026. If you want to specialize in DevSecOps, this is your target. Now, for the one you have all been waiting for, the GitHub Copilot certification. You guys loved my last video on Copilot certification and it helped many of you to pass the exam. The exam is not just about how to use Copilot, it's about being an AI native developer. The syllabus is really interesting because it focuses on the how and the why. The first is the responsible AI and features. This covers the ethics. You need to know how to use the AI without just blindly copying what it gives you. Next is architecture and data. This is the tech side. How does Copilot actually talk to the OpenAI models? How does it see your code? Another is prompt engineering and context crafting. This is the most important part of the exam. It's about zero shot and few shot prompting. How you give the AI enough context to give you the perfect answer. Last, productivity and safeguards. Finally, it's about speed. How do you use Copilot to write tests, document code, and keep your data safe with content exclusions? Conclusion. This is the most relevant certification for 2026. Even if you are not a senior dev yet, having this on your resume proves you know how to work with the future of coding. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, this is the one to target after you have mastered the foundations. Finally, we have GitHub Administration certification. If you are the person who sets the rule for the entire company, this is your exam. It's less about writing code and more about the enterprise level of the platform. The syllabus is broken down into 6 key areas. The first one is support and deployment, domain 1 and 3. This is the foundation. How do you license GitHub and support your internal teams? Next is identity and access, which is domain 2 and 4. This is almost 30% of your score. It's all about SSO, SAML, and managing permissions. You need to know exactly who have access to what. Big hitter domain 5. A massive 36% of this exam is on security and compliance. This is not just GHS, it's about setting organization-wide policies to ensure every developer is following the rules. Last, action management, which is domain 6. Controlling how GitHub actions are used across the enterprise to make sure they are both secure and cost effective. Verdict. This is the architect certification. If you are a system admin, an IT manager, or a platform engineer, this is your gold medal. It proves you can manage a massive environment where thousands of developers work every day. It's a niche certification, but for the right role. It's an incredibly high value. We have covered the entire 2026 roadmap, but I know it's a lot to take in. If you have already picked your target but don't know how to study for it, I have got you covered. I have made separate deep dive videos for each one of these certifications where I share my exact strategies, the resources I used, and how I passed the exams. Definitely check those out after this if you are ready to start your preparation. But if you are still on the fence, here is my final verdict. If you are a beginner or student, start with foundations. It's your entry ticket. If you are into DevOps or cloud, go for actions. It's the engine of modern engineering. If you are a security expert, aim for GitHub Advanced Security. It's the toughest but most respected badge. If you are AI focused, target Copilot. This is the most trending skill on the market right now. And if you are an admin or architect, administration is the gold standard for managing at scale. Pick the one that aligns with your 2026 career goals and stick to it. I hope this breakdown helped you clear the confusion. Thank you for all your support. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any update. Like this video if you found it useful and comment below which GitHub certification are you taking first. I will be down there replying to you as many as I can. I will catch you in the next one. Keep building.